Hi, I'm Hunter Senshin's Technical Support Director at Screenfeed. In this video, we will talk about creating a Connect app from scratch. This video covers creating an app for the first time, an introduction to App Builder, building an app with App Builder, publishing your app, and then finishing up with some next steps. To get started creating an app, you will first need to sign in to Connect. Navigate to screenfeed.com in a web browser. Click the login button in the top right corner. Sign in with your username and password if prompted, then click on the Connect button in your account dashboard. Now that you are signed in, let's create an app. The Connect interface is divided into 3 sections on the left: My Apps, Connections, and Templates. Click on My Apps at the top. You can create a new app by clicking on the Create App button. This will bring you to a new window where you can choose your app's dimensions and name and time zone. Dimensions can be selected from one of the buttons here showing some common dimensions. Alternatively, you can enter custom dimensions by editing the width and height fields below. Choose the intended time zone for the app. This doesn't have to match your current time zone. Name the app by entering text into the name field. The app name, dimensions, and time zone can be changed at any time once the app has been created. Click the Create button to create your app. You should now see the Connect App Builder interface. This is where you can build out the look and functionality of your app. Before we get to building our app, let's review some App Builder tools. Adjust the App Builder canvas to better view the app using the zoom buttons in the top center of your window. To the right of the zoom buttons is a preview button to see a preview of your app in a new tab. Press and hold the space bar on your keyboard. Click and drag to adjust the canvas location inside the window. On the horizontal and vertical edges of the canvas are rulers in pixels for alignment of your components to the canvas. There is a Save button in the top right corner to save the app, although App Builder will automatically save detected changes for you. The button will change from yellow to green when changes have been saved. Next to the Save buttons are Publish and Get App buttons. We will talk about how to publish at the end of this video. In the top left corner, click the gear next to the name of your app to change app details. A window will appear that allows us to rename the app, adjust the time zone, and change the dimensions with smart tools to scale or shift content. The panel on the left side of the window is used to build the app by adding items from data connections, widgets, design components, or photos to the canvas. When an item is added, for example, a text component, a Properties panel will appear on the right side of the App Builder interface. This right-hand panel is where we will adjust the properties of whatever is selected on the canvas. Connect is all about building with data. External data sources such as Google Sheets, Microsoft Excel, calendars, JSON, XML URLs, and REST APIs can be used to build an app so the design will dynamically update. Let's start building our app with a purpose in mind. I have a Google Sheet with some fun information about a team and want to create an app that shows their image, where they're from, and a fun fact. Keeping the data source in mind, I will click on the Data option in the left panel. Here we can see the data sources I have already connected. If you haven't made a connection already, this section will be blank. Clicking the Add button, we will see our data connection options. For this example, we are using a Google Sheet. If you're interested in other connection types, we have additional videos showing each data connection workflow. After selecting Google Sheets, Connect will present a URL field to paste in the Google Sheets URL. If you haven't authenticated with Google already, you will be asked for your Google login information. By clicking on Import Spreadsheet, we will establish a connection to the sheet. If the spreadsheet has more than one sheet, here is where we can choose the one we want. Click on Continue to start validating the connection information. In this window, we will see a preview of our data where we can set whether or not the spreadsheet has headers and make sure the data type for each column is correct. Once everything looks right, click Continue and choose the synchronization option. The default is every 15 minutes. Clicking Continue again, let's set the name of our connection. We will call this Meet Our Team. Now that the data connection has been made, let's click Close in the right corner of the window. Notice it does show the option for moderation. We will discuss this in another video. We should see the Data Points menu in the left-hand panel now shows a preview of the first record from the Google Sheet. We can get back to the data connection settings by clicking the buttons just below the connection name. Here is where we can view the connection in a table format and enable moderation. There's also an option to toggle through a preview of the records using the left and right arrows. Now that we have a data connection and we can see the preview, let's start adding our information to the app. Add items to the canvas by clicking on the item in the Data Points menu on the left and dragging it over the canvas space. You will see that when we drag an item onto the canvas, in this case I'm dragging the first name item, Connect will ask how we want to use the data. The options are by itself, which means I can pick and choose from different records in my dataset and present it as a single value or image. In a slide, which shows all the items in a single record. Like it's shown here, this option is meant to show only the information from one record at a time. The other option is to use a repeating grid, where each cell of the grid shows one record at a time. Let's use in a slide. We can see that I'm currently editing the slide with the text I dropped in selected. We can also see the Properties panel has appeared on the right. Here is where we can choose a font that isn't only limited to the list. You can use a Google font. Change the style properties like color, boldness, size, and justification. Components or widgets on the canvas like this text component have handles that you can use to move, resize, or rotate freely. I will move this text towards the bottom. I can drag in additional items from either the Data Points menu or another section on the left-hand panel. Let's add in her other information from the Data Points menu. Once again, this isn't limited to values from my data source. I can also drag in static design elements like a shape. I'm going to add in a circle. Text, when added to a slide like this favorite movie text, can be interpolated with either static text or additional data points. I'm going to add in the text favorite movie before her movie title. Data-bound text will appear highlighted. I can click Add Data and choose my column name to add additional values from my data set. Let's use this circle as a frame for the photo. I can click and drag the photo over the circle and it will fill the shape. We can still edit the properties of the circle, like the shadow. Since there is a photo filling the circle, there is a new option in Properties to remove the photo. At the bottom of the screen, let's click Done Editing. To edit the slide again, we'll have to double-click the slide. We can adjust properties for the slide itself by selecting the slide on the canvas and making changes in the right-hand panel. Let's remove the border from the slide. Under the Data heading, we can also set the slide to cycle through records over time and choose Cycle Animations to transition between the records. Connect apps can handle multiple data sources and data widgets. For example, we can add in a date time widget and show a schedule alongside our slide. Finally, let's add in some design elements as finishing touches. Let's choose photos. Here we can upload photos or search through thousands of royalty-free photos from Pixabay. I'm going to find a background photo through Pixabay using the search. Then click and drag to add the photo to my app. From the right-hand panel, I'm making the photo the full size of the app. It's a little too dark of a background. Let's change the opacity to 15%. I can arrange front to back the photo up at the very top of the right-hand panel. Let's add in a line shape and change its color. Using key commands, I can copy and paste a component on the canvas. You also can delete components using the delete button on your keyboard. As a reminder, in the top center of the window, we can click Preview. Here is where we can see how the app will look in a scaled browser version that's meant to fit the current window dimensions. Once that looks good in the preview, we are ready to publish. Publish the app by clicking the Publish button. Once published, click on the Get App button, and you can choose to copy the URL, open in a new window, or download as a bundle. You may want to choose one option or another depending on your player software and use case. Let's finish up with some next steps. If you don't yet have a subscription to Connect, go to screenfeed.com/connect to sign up. If you want to learn more about Connect before diving in, you can find more videos and how-to documents in our knowledge base at screenfeed.com/support. If you would rather set up a call to talk about how Screenfeed can help you with your content ideas, we're happy to chat. Send us an email at support@screenfeed.com or give us a call at 1-800-461-3002. If starting from scratch isn't your style, check out our Creating an App from Template video. There are also data connection and widget-specific resources in our knowledge base at screenfeed.com/support. As always, thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see what apps you make.